Hello and welcome. My name is Brenda if you're new here, and today is Friday, March the 11th of 2022. I've had a good couple of weeks, productive. I hope you guys are doing well. We ended up painting. It's been really nice weather here in Florida. It's been getting warm, and so we just started, doing stuff outside. So we finally got around to painting again because we needed to finish that up. And it's looking good. So yeah. And also a couple days ago, my husband sent me, we were looking at TikTok, and there was like this 80s remix of a Britney Spears song, Toxic, and we both really liked the remix. So I, went to go see if we could find the full song, if he had the full song, which we couldn't find from that guy, but we kind of went down the rabbit hole, as you do, and found out that there's just so many 80s remixes of, current songs on YouTube. So we just listened to that for quite a while before we went to bed, and I've been listening to it since then. And I love 80s music, and mixing the two, that works for me. So yeah, if you're the same, I would go and look at that. It's kind of funny because they also take a picture of the artist and make them look like 80s style, and it's pretty funny. And the people's comments are funny, like saying how they remember when they listened to this in 87 or whatever. So yeah, it was funny. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. So I will get into my stitching for the past couple weeks. I did have a new start. I have been seeing a lot of people in my stitching group and on Instagram doing Mill Hill Mondays, and I hope I can remember everyone that I've seen, and if I don't get all of you, I'm sorry. But So Glover Creations, Mad Morty, DNA Geek Crafts, and Nightmare Before Stitchmas, and I think that's all, but I'm not sure. But they were all doing different, little Mill Hill kits. So I think most of them are done, if not all of them already, but I'm joining in, and I started on this one. This one it's a little bit gloomy today, so I hope you can, see everything, but this one is Bewitching Pumpkin, so you can kind of see. So I gotten this much done, so you can kind of see what each part's supposed to be. Let me see if I can show you both. So that's where I'm at. So I'm excited to get to the beading part, since I've never done beading, but I'm liking stitching on it. I have wrist issues where I can't hold things very long, especially for some reason. Like, this is just a little light piece of perforated paper, which I've never stitched on before, so it was interesting. But just holding this, it starts to hurt my wrist, so I have to do it in kind of smaller doses. So but I'm getting it done. So that was the kit that I won from Sammy Liz. So I'm excited to get that done and finished up. So I will get into my regular whips I have here. Let me scooch over. Okay, so starting off, I will show you where I was at on my stitching shelf. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's an Amy Stewart, based off of Amy Stewart artwork, and it's on 25 count Lugana 1/1, and I got 517 stitches in. So I'm starting on the top of that. I got a lot of this and a lot of that in. So I found the edge of the book, so that's what I'm going to focus on for next time, for the rest of the time. And then I worked on Shopping Mall. I don't know the stitches because it's a paper pattern, which I don't like having. It slows me down a lot having to work on that paper pattern, but it is what it is. This is from the Witchy Stitcher. I have it on 18, I think this is 18 count Ada that I dyed, and doing 1/1. So last time I had, I think, them done, so I finished up the room and then went to the border. See if you can see it properly. So yeah, really cute. And I will be moving on to the next one. This took me 2 days, so, or a little more than 2 days, so I may not be able to finish the next room. Usually I try to finish a section, but I may not be able to do that in 2 days, so we'll see. And I got work on Roses and Lilies from at Antique Stitch. And I got 797 stitches in. And this is on 18 count Ada that I dyed as well. So what I ended up working on was filling in a lot of this. So I think you can kind of tell that it's all stitches now. So I'm still working on this same gray color to fill in. Hopefully I think I'll finish this color before next video. So then I was excited to work on this one because I'm really liking it, from Story Stitches on Facebook. It's the Tale as Old as Time Sal, and I worked on Belle's Room, which I got 726 stitches in, plus the back stitching. So this is on 28 count opalescent Lugana. And there she is. And she's holding Chip. It was a little bit hard for me to get, she's holding Chip and he's blowing the little bubbles, and so there's French knots on him, which is kind of hard to see since, you know, there's regular cross stitch behind it, and there's French knots here on the little dresser. It's cute. So this is what it's looking like overall. So I'm still behind, but since I'm doing basically 2 rooms a month, I'll eventually catch up, because I think there's 1 released a month. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. And lastly, I worked on the Night Room Before Christmas style from Story Stitches. So I got, let me find, 215 stitches in on the frame, and then the rest of the stitches, I did 4 different characters. So this is on 18 count Ada that I ice dyed. So let me see if I can get in here. Let me find the first one that I worked on. Okay, there's Santa. There. And I worked on both these, both Santa and Sandy Claus. And then I did Sally. So there's Sally. And Mr. Finkelstein. So I'm coming along. I think I have 4, I have 4 characters left and then a bunch of frame. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do this week. I may do 2 characters and try to fill in some more frame. But whatever I feel like getting into. And on Sally, I ended up using the wrong color on her hair, so there's one color underneath here And since it was the wrong one, I went back over it with half stitches in the right color so that it looks like the right color red. It's fine. Nobody will know. I'll probably forget in the future, and it's fine. So that's all the stitching that I have. My plans are always 2 days on each of these projects for the next 2 weeks. So that's what I'll have to show. My camera cut off for some reason, saying I reached the maximum amount of record time, which is not true because I'm recording right now. But so yeah. And as far as what I've been watching the past couple weeks, I watched the there was a first season of Catching Killers. It's on Netflix, and it kind of talks to the investigators to kind of see what it was like as they're trying to catch these people. So this was a second season came out, so I watched that one, and it was good. And so after that one, I ended up watching Worst Roommate Ever. I liked some of the episodes more than others, but overall I did like it. I think there was only 4 episodes. So yeah, that's another true crime show. So Worst Roommate Ever is on Netflix as well. But the main thing that we watched was Vikings Valhalla, which is also on Netflix. I didn't watch the original Viking show. I'm not against watching it. I just never did. So we watched this one, and it was really good. And apparently they're already approved for 2 more seasons. So I would say it's a good one to get into and something to watch in the future. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. So I hope you guys will have fun crafting or stitching or just whatever you're getting into over the next couple weeks. And I will see you in the next one. So bye for now.